Hi, my name is Seldon Tenzing. I'm an entrepreneur in the field of travel, a certified life and a business coach, a speaker and author in making. And today, the topic that I'm going to talk about is a question that actually came from one of my members in the group. And the question is about how to keep the focus and not get distracted and demotivated. So, this was a question that actually came to me. Very common question. A lot of people ask me this from time to time, but I wanted to make a video on this because this is a very broad question, and there are so many different factors on why you get distracted and why you get demotivated. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to break these two topics down and see the possible reasons why someone can be distracted and why someone can be demotivated. And this question has come with the perspective of entrepreneurship. This person is an entrepreneur himself and has asked me this question on how to be focused and not get demotivated or distractions. So here is how I'm going to handle this question. I'm going to divide this topic into two sections, actually into three sections. One is we're going to decipher what are the possible reasons that someone can get distracted. Secondly, we're going to talk about what are the possible reasons that someone can get demotivated, and then how to keep that focus intact and not get distracted or motivated using a six-step process that I'm going to explain to you. So get your pen, pad, notebook, whatever you have, and start making notes. Shall we dive in? All right, great. So what could be the possible reasons of distraction? Now I'm talking about, again, thinking from an entrepreneurship point of view. I want to highlight 4 reasons why you can get distracted, and these reasons can also be valid for those people who are in jobs, in careers, trying to get better in their corporate jobs. So the first reason that I want to highlight is it's lack of clarity in what you do. So many times we're just doing things on a daily basis, but we are not really self-aware. We're not clear. We don't have a sense of direction of why we're doing what we're doing, where we're going, what is the consequences, what are the plans, etc. So high possibility that you could be having a very blurred vision of what you're doing, and you probably don't have clarity or the right direction to go to understand where you're going. That could be your first possible reason for distraction, because if you don't have clarity, your mind will wander everywhere. It's a very natural phenomenon. The second reason for distraction could be a lack of passion. Check for yourself. Are you doing something that you're not passionate about, that you don't love doing it? Are you doing something only because it's giving you money, it's paying your bills, or someone is forcing you out of societal pressure, out of family pressure? Are you doing something like that? So if you are into a certain kind of work that you're not passionate about, high chances that these distractions will keep coming to you, and these voices in your head will be like trying to distract you all the time, and you would be more interested in other things more than your own personal work. So that could be one second reason, which is lack of passion. Third thing that I find could be a reason for distraction is that you don't have defined goals with timelines. Again, even if you know where you're going, why you're doing it, but many times I realize people don't know how to set goals, and even when they set goals, they don't have proper timelines to those goals. They don't know when they're going to achieve the goal. They don't know how to really plan the whole structure out of goal setting. So I think that is very essential. You've got to understand, not just have like goals in your head, but also have proper timelines and figure out the different milestones for reaching those goals as well. So that is very crucial. That could be a third point. Fourth point that I can think about is lack of accountability. Now, very often, again, if you know where you're going, if you have goals, if you have timelines as well, but many times people don't take that 100% ownership of doing what they need to do. So they lack accountability. They make promises, but they don't follow through. they make commitments but they don't follow through. So lack of accountability can be another problem. If you're not accountable to yourself or to your team members, to other people around you, very high chances that you will be distracted, because there is no pressure on you, there's no good kind of pressure on you that is making you realize that how important the task that you're doing, because you lack accountability. And when you don't have accountability, you don't take full responsibility, and so you don't accomplish the task that you're supposed to do it. So these are the 4 possible reasons of distractions that I feel. Lack of clarity in what you're doing, could be lack of passion, it could be your undefined goals and timelines, and 4th is lack of accountability. So check for yourselves, a great checklist. Are you in any of those? Do you relate with any of those points? Do you think that you might be one of those people who could be suffering from either of these 4 points? So next that I want to talk about is the possible reasons for demotivation. Now we spoke about distraction. Now I'm talking about demotivation. So there are again 4 things that I want to highlight that I think could be a possible reason for demotivation. The first point that could be possible is that it's probably that you're working so hard on something, but you're not getting the results that you want. It could be in terms of maybe business revenue, or it could be growth, it could be career growth. So you're putting in a lot of work, but you feel like things are not working out. So that could be one of the reason why people feel demotivated as well. That could be one possible reasons, because you're trying, you don't see the end result, you feel like you're doing something for no value, so you feel disappointed. The second reason could be rejections. It could be, for example, in a business environment, if you're trying to get new clients, but you're getting rejected one after another. You're trying to get new partners, you're trying to get any kind of sales or business development, but it's failing, like nobody wants to work with you. That could be a very demotivating factor as well, because it might make you feel like you are not good enough. It might make you feel like you need to do better, but you don't know what to do better. So that could be quite demotivating and disappointing to oneself. So the third reason that I can think about is again relating to client. Like for example, like any unforeseen circumstances can happen. For example, this pandemic that we are all going through, many businesses got hurt. Many companies were impacted. A lot of people lost their jobs as well. So you might even or you have lost a job, or you might even think, or your client left you, because, and it's happened with me as well, coming from the tourism background. Tourism was the worst hit. This pandemic shredded the tourism industry so badly, and we are all trying to survive here. And that could be a very demotivating factor, because you had these amazing clients you're working with, your revenue was good, you were growing in business, and all of a sudden everything shut down. Could be very impactful, very demotivating as well. And the fourth reason for demotivation could also be that if you're somebody who has a team and everything, your team might be confused, and because of this crisis the team is falling apart, so that's an added pressure on you. So that could lead to a lot of stress and a lot of disappointments and a lot of demotivation. So here are the 4 possible reasons. I'm sure there are so many other possible reasons, but from the entrepreneurship and career point of view, this is what I was trying to tell you. Now, the reason why I wanted to share these reasons is because, again, I want you guys to take it as a checklist and check for yourself, where is it that you stand today. If you've seen my previous videos, I'm all about self-awareness. I want you to identify, where do you stand today? Because till the time you don't figure out where you're standing today, there is no way on earth that you will know where to even go in the first place. So figure out where you're standing today. If all of these points are applicable to you, doesn't matter. Don't be disheartened or demotivated. It's totally fine. It's natural. The idea is to move forward from there. So first step is self-awareness. The second step is how to overcome it. So let's deep dive into the 6 steps that I've created on how you can stay focused and not be disappointed or demotivated. Right? So if you think that the way I perceive things is, I don't try to see how should I stay focused. I try to always identify what are the things that is distracting me or demotivating me, and then I try to work with those problem issues first. And once I get those things sorted, automatically the focus that I want, the commitment that I want, everything comes in place. So I hope it makes sense to you as well. So here are the 6 steps that I would encourage everyone to deep dive in and to experiment with themselves. The first step is check for yourself about your passion level. Are you are you doing this work because you're passionate about it, or again, are you doing this work only because someone is trying to push you, or you are trying to show to some other person or society or family members that you are something? It's because of the money, it's because of the status, it's because of what is it that you are struggling to do? If you're not passionate about it, if you're passionate about it, then very good, thumbs up. If you're not passionate about it, then find out why you're not passionate about it, and what is it that you can actually do, what you can do to find your passion. And I believe passion is doing something you really, really love, and you would do it even when there is no money involved. So I think that is super important in life to be had, that for me personally, that has led to a fulfilled life for myself ever since I found my calling and passion. Coaching is my calling. Ever since I found that, I think my life has really transformed 360 degrees, and I have no regrets and I have no complaints. Of course there are challenges, but no complaints really. So the first step is to understand whether you're passionate about what you're doing or not, your work, your business, your career, whatever it is. If you're not, then figure out what is it that you can do next. The second step that I want to check about is you need to then start getting clarity. Clarity is everything, my friends. Your brain needs clarity. Do you have clarity in your vision and goals? I want you to start making plans, goals, strategies, milestones to achieve whatever that you want to do. Make things like make 3 plans. Make it a short-term plan, a goal, short-term goal like anything from 6 months to 1 year. Your mid-term goal could be like 3 years plus. Your full-term I'm saying your long-term goal could be like 5 years plus, right? And this strategy is something, don't think that is just motivation gyan. This is actually I do this on one-to-one with my clients, my coaching clients, and it produces phenomenal results all the time. So you've got to set goals. You have to be clear in your vision. You need to know where you're going. You have to create milestones. Third thing is, once you've created your milestones, your goals, you need to create specific action plans. Now, nothing happens without action. You can dream big, you can think big, you can daydream everything in this world, but till the time you don't create actionable plans for yourself, nothing is actually going to come into existence. Don't you think? So you need to create concrete, clear action plans on how you want to reach your goals. I like to give this analogy. For example, let's say if you want to climb a Mount Everest, right? And you're not going to straight away jump to the top of the Mount Everest, right? You need to prepare. What are the preparations you need to do? What are the levels that you need to cross in order to reach that Mount Everest, the tip of the Mount Everest? So these are the things that you have to work on, and you have to be crystal clear in your plan as well. However, keep this in mind. Your plans can change. Be flexible in your approach as well. Just because you made a plan doesn't mean that everything will go accordingly. Actually, in my experience, most of the time it doesn't even go accordingly. So don't be rigid about that plan. Don't make it another reason for why you're disappointed about ki I planned something, it did not work, and then you're disappointed. Don't let it be another reason of your disappointment. So make a plan, give yourself direction, but be flexible enough to tweak it on the way, to evolve it on the way, because this is 100% going to happen. Nothing works. Life doesn't work as per the plan. The challenges don't go as far as we think it would go. So there are going to be so many things, but end of the day, even if you face a lot of challenges, even if you have to rewrite your plans again and again, that's okay, because all that is happening is your growth is happening. You are growing as an individual. You're growing as a entrepreneur or someone or someone in a career. You are absolutely growing. You are gaining a lot of experience. So value that experience, value that growth, right? So the fourth thing that I want you to work on is you have to create an accountability and a review chart for yourself. Okay, if you This is super super important. Again, it's just that if you don't have accountability, you don't know where you're going. It's just, it's there is a law to this. Actually, I'm forgetting the name of that law. That law says that if you don't put timelines, if let's say if you think a job can be done in 10 days, you will end up doing the job in 10 days. If you think the job can be done in 1 month, you will end up doing it in a month. So you need to have specific timelines, and you need to measure yourself, you need to review yourself, so that you know you are on track. Now when I say review, again, here is a clause, a little asterisk mark. Do not be self-critical. Do not make this another reason for disappointment, that I planned this, but it didn't happen, and and then that means I'm not good enough, that means I'm not worth this, I don't deserve this. Don't start getting into all those nonsense again. So what you need to do, the review is important, because it's again going to give you a sense of direction. It's going to tell you whether you're on track or you're going off track. So this is a good measurement to bring you back on track in case you're going off track. But do not make this as a reason to blame yourself, be self-critical. You have to be very very careful in that, guys. So review is important, because if there is no review, you would not even know where you're going wrong in the first place. And if you don't know, if you are not aware of where the mistakes are happening, how the hell will you ever rectify it, right? So I hope this is making sense to you. Review is important, accountability is important. In fact, I would really suggest, which is coming to my fifth point, I would really suggest that you get either a coach for yourself, a mentor, a coach that can help you in your personal growth or in your business growth, or you get a mastermind group for yourself. Mastermind group is someone, it's a group of people who are like-minded, who are on a similar journey, who are working together, who have a similar aspiration, and you can be accountable to each other. You can pull each other up, not down, up. Very very important. You have got to hang around with people that pull you up instead of pull you down. You have to learn how to make that distinction. Okay, so identify, so get a mentor, get a coach, or get a mastermind group. Very very important. And secondly, what I also like to do in my coaching experience is I like to identify all the possible challenges beforehand, as much as you can. The reason why I like to identify all the possible challenges are because this can give you a heads up to what the possible solutions could be. If for example, let's say I want to lose some weight. Okay, not that I want it, not that I need to, but let's say if I want to lose some weight. And what are the possible challenges that can come? Maybe I don't want to exercise, I don't want to go to the gym, I don't feel like it, my body is not up to it. So there could be so many different blockages and roadblocks and challenges. But then if I just sit and tell myself that if this challenge comes, this is my solution, if this comes, this is my solution, I am very well preparing myself mentally here. And when these challenges come, I know exactly what my solutions are, and I can implement it if I want to. So identifying challenges, brainstorming on different solutions, getting a mastermind group is just step number 5. And then step number 6 is building a mindset of resilience, patience, and delayed gratification. That is so important. And I didn't have any 3 of them growing up. Trust me, I had to really work on myself, and it's a work in progress. Not that I'm 100% confident about it, and I think you keep growing, you evolve over the period of lifetime, so that's okay. Resilience is at this point of time, in the time of pandemic, where most of us have gone through certain challenges, and in this aspect, in this period era, I think resilience, patience, and delayed gratification is extremely necessary today. If you are in a business, if you're an entrepreneur, you have got to focus on things that you can control and things you cannot control. I think this is where most people get confused. They try to think about, they're always thinking about things that they can't control. For example, this pandemic, no one's under control, we can't do anything about it, but there are certain things you can control, right? So identify what are the things you can actually control. Well, you can actually control things like building relationships with your potential clients. that is something under your control. You can find different ways of reaching out to them, networking of them, and try find ways to work with them. And even if they don't work with you, don't get disheartened, because this is again another thing that I've learned. Just because they're saying no to you today does not mean that they will say no to you tomorrow or forever. There are a lot of instances where it has happened that people who have said no, they can't work with me today, have come back after a few days, few weeks, few months, few years, and they have turned around and said, hey, you know what, I think it's a great idea. Let's be ready, let's get ready and work together. So this can also happen. So do not be disheartened. Don't start thinking that you're not good enough, people don't like to work with you, nobody wants to work with you. So just watch what you're thinking in your head as well. So that's a mindset of resilience, because resilience is something that you don't give up. You might be shaken, you might be punched, you might be kicked, but you don't fall down and sit there forever and crib and cry. So that's a thing of resilience. And then patience come as well, because right now we are in this pandemic, a lot of uncertainties are there. We have to be patient. Things are now finally getting cleared up, there is a sense of direction, but we still need to be patient because we don't know what's coming next. So we have to be patient. And delayed gratification is, again, especially for those people and business owners, we are all on the same boat and we don't know what is coming next, and we don't know when the results will come. For example, in tourism, we don't know when the world is going to open. There's so much of uncertainty. We need to sit down, be patient, and have the delayed gratification, because I'm very sure that the moment the world opens up, people will be more than willing to travel. I think people are already dying. They are done with these Zoom calls, and they want to meet people, they want to engage with people, they want these human connections, and they want to travel the world. So that's all going to come back, but we need to be patient and we need to wait. And another thing that for business owners, I want to encourage you to start offering value to people irrespective of the money here. Now hear me clearly. I'm not saying that don't charge for any of your products or services, but what I'm saying is that we should be learning how to give from our heart, irrespective of whether the client is going to work with us or not, whether they're going to give us or not. Keep that expectations low for now and try and give them, because we're also in a world where there is so much of suffering around us and people are struggling in different forms. If you can give your product or service, and that if that thing can solve someone's problem, I think that is the most wonderful gift that you can ever give to yourself and to other people. So this is a great time to do such services. Plus, what it will also help you to do is that it will help you build a genuine relationship with that person, whether it's a friend, whether it's a client, whether it's a partner, whether it's a supplier, whoever it is in your business or in your jobs, as whether it's your team member, your boss, your subordinate, whoever that it is, it will help you build that deep connection, genuine connection, that over the time will help you build your own personal, whether it's business or job or career, whatever you're looking at, that will help in that as well. So here are the 6 steps. Again, let me just repeat it for yourself. Number 1 point that I said is check for yourself whether are you really passionate, do you feel for what you're doing or not. If you're not, then you've got to find what you're really passionate about. Second thing is get clarity in your goals, have proper timelines, make milestones. Third thing is learn how to make specific action plans, clear action plans, a roadmap on how you're going to achieve these goals. Fourth thing is creating that accountability and the review system for yourself, and reviewing yourself on a regular basis to see where you're going and what you can change, what you need to evolve into. Fifth thing is you need to identify what your challenges are, get a coach, get a mastermind group, and brainstorm all these different ideas. And the 6th thing is you have to build this mindset of resilience, patience, and delayed gratification. So I hope this was a video of value to you. Please let me know if you're watching this, and if you like these ideas, do implement it and let me know if it made some difference in your life. I would also invite people who are aspiring, budding entrepreneurs, existing entrepreneurs, come and join me on my VIP group on Facebook called the Entrepreneurology Hub, and wherein I like to get into deeper conversations with people there and see where I can assist the most. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Thank you, and join me at my group, and I look forward to communicate with you more. Send me your questions, send me your comments. I would love to hear everything. If there's anything I can do for you, do let me know. All right, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.